guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a cream face makeup routine on a budget. All of the products that I'm going to use today are from the drugstore, so you can totally achieve this look if you're on a tight budget. I typically think of luxurious cream products when I think of doing like a cream makeup look. I generally assume that the products have to be high-end, so I wanted to show you how you can do this really fresh makeup look using products at the drugstore. And you really can achieve a gorgeous, luminous face, skin makeup look with items that are not expensive. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get right on into the tutorial. So first, to make sure our skin gets a good hydrated start, I'm going to use some of my skincare, which I did a whole skincare video. I'll link that at the end of this video, so if you want to see that, you'll be able to just click on that. But I'm going to use this cucumber water hydrating facial mist. I'm also going to apply a little bit of my argan oil. I talk about this as well in my skincare video. I'm just going to take a couple drops and put this kind of like on the perimeters of my face where I would want to be glowy, if that makes sense. So like right here, I'm gonna stay away from the T-zone area just because I don't want it to be like too oily there, you know what I mean? Next, I want to prime the face, and you all know this one. This is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Illuminating Primer. I love this stuff, and I'm gonna take a pretty generous amount, like maybe the size of 2 peas, not a pea size, but a little bit bigger. And I'm going to rub this all into my skin everywhere. Next up is foundation, and I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. This stuff is so nice. It is by far my favorite drugstore foundation that you can actually get in store. I really like the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Illuminating Foundation as well. It's just a little harder to get your hands on because you do need to order it online if you're in the US. So I wanted to dabble in this foundation a little bit today to change it up because I know I use the LA Girl one a lot. In case you're wondering, I'm using the shade Natural Beige, which is number 205. This is the shade I use when I self-tan, which I just did last night. So it does look darker than my face, but it will match the rest of my body. Another nice thing about cream products, which I will get into, is how multi-purpose they are. So some of these products that I'm going to use throughout the video, you'll see me use in multiple different ways. And I think that that also creates a really fresh looking face too, because you don't have a lot of different color schemes going on. It all looks very natural and put together. Next, I'm going to use some concealer, and I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. I use the neutralizer shade, I believe. Yes, it's 20 ND05, but it's just the more yellow neutralizer shade. Really, really nice, creamy. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this under the eyes. It also acts to brighten under the eyes since I got a light shade and a more yellow shade. So just a little tip there. I prefer yellow undertoned concealers. If you're more cool toned and lean more towards pink in your undertones, this might not work for you. But if you're neutral and lean more towards the warm tones, people in those areas, this will look really nice. I use whatever is left on my sponge to cover up my eyelids, just to cover up the redness and veininess you can get there. And now I'm just going to do a little bit of under eye setting. I'm actually not going to set my whole face. I think when you're using cream products, you're kind of just limiting how much powder you can use without losing that gorgeous finish that cream products give you. So you will notice that maybe your face makeup doesn't last as long throughout the day, but that's just kind of the give and take. You're giving up a little bit of the longevity, but you know, you pick and choose which days you need your makeup to last and things like that. And you could potentially set your cream bronzer, cream blush with a powder. It's just then gonna take away from the really nice dewy look, the really nice cream natural finish look. And it should last a decent amount of time. It just won't last as long as if you were to set your whole face with powder. I'm going to do my brows really quickly here off camera. I have an entire brow routine video if you're interested, but to save time and give myself more time to explain the cream products that we're going to use, I just want to do this off camera, if you know what I mean. I hope you don't mind. So next I want to do some bronzing or contour, and my favorite drugstore product to do this with in terms of cream products is this Maybelline Fit Me. This is like their stick foundation, I believe, and I have the shade Toffee or Caramel 330. It looks like this. It has a little bit of a lighter section in the middle. I don't know, but I kind of just take it on the side and place it where I would want to contour, and then I'll bring it up a little bit into the more bronzy areas that we would want to do. Just place it down there and then also bring it up here. I'm also going to take a little bit down the sides of the nose. And then a little bit down here on the jawline. Next, what we do is I take the Real Techniques sculpting brush that I generally use for powder bronzer and contour, and I just use this. And so I just kind of like dab here. You don't want to fully swipe because then all the product will go away. So you just want to kind of take your time, dab, and always be pushing the product away from the face. You don't want to like swipe this way, if you know what I mean. You want to be taking it into the hairline so that you're really like creating a gradient effect out. How gorgeous is that? And go right up into the hairline here. I'm doing like pat and pull, pat, pull, pat, pull. If you can pick up on that. I'm not swirling, if you get what I mean. I'm pouncing. You don't want to pick up too much product or else there'll be nothing left at the end. The jawline, I do tend to blend a little bit more. So you see me swiping here just because I find that to be super noticeable if you don't really blend it. So that's the only exception to that rule. I'm going to take a little concealer and just clean up the nose contour. It got a little bit further down than I like, and I want to brighten up this area a little bit more. This will further slim it. You could probably already see the difference. Taking that lighter shade right to the sides of where we contoured. Now for cream blush. This is from e.l.f. and it is their bronzer and blush cream palette. I don't love the shade of this cream bronzer, which is why I use the Maybelline one, but the color of this cream blush is so, so pretty. This is the St. Lucia one. I think they have maybe a darker one and a lighter one. I think this is like the medium one, I'm not sure, but this cream blush is gorgeous. So how I apply this is I tap it on with my finger, like that, and then I disperse it with my sponge. And like just keep going back and forth between finger and sponge. And then I take a little bit on the nose because I do like my nose to be slightly pink. I don't know. Now I'm going to move on to cream highlight, and I have another e.l.f. product. This is the e.l.f. All Over Color Stick, and this is in the shade Spotlight. And again, I use my finger and just tap it on. So another neat way you can use this highlight is to put it right on the center of the lid. This is one of those like duo use type products I was talking about earlier. These cream type products are really, really nice for using multiple ways. So I really, really like how this looks on the lid. I think it brings some brightness to the lid because it's a lighter color, and it'll really, really open up the eyes. But I do want to make sure that that's not going to crease. So what I'm going to do is just dust on a little bit of this Essence Pure Nude highlight. This is another drugstore highlight. You can get this at Ulta, and this is in the shade Be My Highlight. I'm just going to dust a little bit of this right over top the cream highlight on my lids so that that doesn't crease, because of anything that's most likely to crease, it would be your eyelids. And I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this right on the tippy tops of the cheekbones too, to give it a little more va-va-voom. Next, I'm just going to apply a little bit of mascara, and I'm using the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. This is Maybelline's like original mascara that, I don't know, like I know this was like one of my first mascaras. It's really, really actually pretty good. I'm not going to apply any on the bottom lashes, just to keep this really fresh and natural looking. Then last step is lips, and I'm going to line them with the NYX original lip pencil. This is in the shade Natural. And then another dual purpose product is the cream blush. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and use that as lipstick. And we're all set. Just to finish this off, I'm going to spritz my face again with this cucumber mist. And that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this super dewy, fresh cream makeup look on a budget. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all my upcoming videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!